that was a party political broadcast by the Conservative Party.
In 1991, 9 of the top 10 dramas on British television were brought to you by Central. Drama at its very best.
You're with Central and News at 10.
Lamont's early budget gives Major the April option. Coalition crisis in Dublin as Hockey denies phone tapping. Train door deaths inquiry highlights maintenance failures. Ulster undercover agent admits conspiracy to murder. And primary schools are told go back to chalk and talk. Good evening. The Chancellor, Mr. Lamont, today announced that the budget will be on March the 10th, which leaves Mr. Major the option of an April election. The Labour leader, Mr. Kinnock, said tonight it should be April. The Prime Minister couldn't run away from the electorate again. Mr. Lamont, in the debate on his autumn statement, conceded that the signs of economic recovery in late summer hadn't been sustained. He said there were good grounds for believing the recovery would become firmly established in the course of 1992. He said the budget would be a prudent one. The Shadow Chancellor, Mr. John Smith, said Mr. Lamont's autumn statement predictions of growth had been rubbish. We were still declining.
The Chancellor's budget date was greeted with near silence from his own backbenches. It followed an assessment of the economy that made gloomy listening for Tory MPs facing an election soon.
The signs of recovery, apparent in sales and production figures, as well as in confidence indicators, in the late summer were not sustained. That, of course, is disappointing, but there remain good grounds for believing that the recovery will become firmly established in the course of 1992.
That was the latest of a number of recovery forecasts from the Chancellor. Mr. Lamont then stressed the importance of prudent stewardship, a hint that he may not be tempted to go for the so-called quick fix of a penny-off income tax. Labour's plans were attacked as reckless. John Smith said the Chancellor's autumn forecasts were rubbish. He wanted to know if the Tories' commitment to cut taxes to 20% should be treated in the same way David Miller said Labour's spending pledges should be regarded.
He said if people are actually putting forward pledges, it is right that those pledges should be seen as being implemented within the lifetime of a Parliament over 5 years. I take it that applies to the Tory pledge to cut tax from 25p to 20.
Answer, shouted Labour backbenchers.
It's always been made clear, every time that we speak about that, that is not a pledge that is time. Absolutely. And that when the time is right, further progress will be made towards that objective.
The Liberal Democrats said the autumn statement was out of date.
It's like trying to navigate the railway system with a Soviet-style railway timetable. There's no resemblance at all to the trains that actually run.
Leaving the